I'm Jen and welcome to my studio, and today we're going to be doing a step tutorial. So this is just a video on learning one tap step. The step of the day, I don't know what you call this. To be honest, I've heard it as a pull front, I've heard it as a jumping flap, I've heard it as a two-footed flap. If you have a name for this, please let me know, and then I can edit my little thumbnail so that it says the proper name, or if there is a proper name. There might be like a million names for this. I heard it as a pull front, because it's like a pullback, you're just going the opposite direction. I've also heard it as a flying flap, a jumping flap. Like I said, tons and tons of different names. I'm going to try to do some research before I make the thumbnail so that maybe a proper-ish name is on there, but I learned them as pull fronts, and so yeah, that's what I got. So the technique of it is essentially that you're going to lift yourself into the air for just a split second, brush forward, and then land. Seems pretty simple, but what makes it complicated is that you really need to defy gravity in order to do it with both feet at the same time. When somebody first introduced this step to me, I was super confused. I actually didn't even get taught this step. I was in a class and they said, all right, pull fronts across the floor. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what is a pull front? They're like, oh, you're next. And I'm like, what? And so I started watching, and then I realized everyone was going single-footed, full-lap, 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 on the same foot across the floor. And I was like, oh, I'm about to embarrass myself. I have never done this. I don't know what I'm doing. It was never explained to me. I just had to do it. By the time I got across the room, I sort of figured it out, but I still wanted more instructions. So then I went to the wonderful land of YouTube and teachers. And I was like, all right, I gotta figure this out, And this is also where I found all the other names. I was like, oh, it could also be called a flying flap. It could also be called a double foot flap or two-footed flap or something. Lots and lots of different names. Essentially, I'm going to show you with 2 feet, and then I'll also show you with 1 foot. Hopefully I get it right, because, man, my accuracy on this, I want to say, is about 75%. It's just one of those steps I'm still working on. But I wanted to make a tutorial of it, because I know the technique to do it. It's just practice is something that is needed with me as well. We're all there, right? So, with 2 feet, you lift, you brush, you land. So, I lift, I brush, I lift with both feet. I'll try to go sideways now. So, you'll notice, what is the first thing I do? What is the absolute first thing I do in order to start? The answer is I give it a good plie. Plie as a verb. I don't just start in this position and then go. I give it a good spring. My arms are involved. You know? So really use physics, use your momentum, use a good spring into the air so that you can get this done. You can do it, since you do it 2 foot, so it's right and right, left and left, going at the same time. You can do it with just 1 foot. Nice. I wasn't sure. I was like, oh man, am I going to do this? So you can do it from flat foot. You can do it from the ball of your foot. Nice. So that's basically the whole step. There's not a whole lot to explain other than it is a brush and a step. The part that needs practice, the part that needs instruction, is how you start. So it's just a brush and a step. All of the power, all of the momentum, all of the work that you have to put in happens at the start. Then it's just the regular flap technique your feet already know. It all comes from where am I as I plie? Is my foot angled to the correct way for a flap? Is my weight in the correct place? If I'm starting on 1 foot, my weight is not in my toe, it is not in my heel. It is evenly distributed. If I'm starting from my toe, it is evenly distributed across that tap. And the bulk of the weight, right here. If you're starting on 2 feet and you're gonna go, notice, I really wanna slow myself down. I'm here. All of my weight is centered right here, so that this is what is propelling me forward, allowing my feet not to have to carry the weight of my body as they flap forward. So you really give it that good plie. Really put your weight in here and give it some power. Arms can be very, very powerful when you need momentum. So I make sure that I give some good momentum. Same thing with one foot, so that you can see where my weight is distributed as I go on one foot. All of my weight is centered right in this, like in this muscle right here. And it's just, that was a weak sauce one. I am sorry. Like that one was okay. So all of my weight goes down, centered right here. So, oh man, this muscle is super active. This muscle is super active, so that I'm ready to go. I think part of why that first one was a little weak sauce is because I was afraid of going too far and missing my floor. That's not a blooper I need on this channel, where I go, like we don't need that on this channel. I want you to be able to see it from behind. So you plie. You really, really give it a good plie. You put all of your weight here, and remember, your feet are brushing and stepping. So we go plie, brush step. Cool, right? All right, let me show you on one foot. Plie, brush step. And that's how you do that. Your first experience with it hopefully is not, okay, stand on one foot, go across the floor 17 times, not knowing how to do it, and I'm just like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. And now I understand it. Now, as a pull front, if you're gonna consider it a pull front instead of a flap, because it's like a pullback, right? Pullbacks go this way, right? Two-footed, single pullbacks, not syncopated. Right? So if we're going to do that front, let me do it one more time. Cool, right? So what else do we do with a pullback? We syncopate it, right? We go like this. Doesn't that suggest that we could syncopate this pull front? And it does, yes. So that's the other part of this, is a syncopated pull front. You don't just do both feet at the same time, and it ceases to be just a simple flap. Hi, Bento. Okay, let me just say, I have filmed all of my Christmas content so far, and this is the last video out of all of my Christmas content over 2 days of filming. This is the first video he's decided to step into. We've missed you. And he's gonna eat the Christmas tree. All right, maybe that's why he wasn't in the videos. Come on. Come on, sweet. No, don't turn the tree. Everything's fine. Okay.
I love you, Bento.
Okay, so let's try to syncopate it. Now we're going brush, brush, step, step. Brush, brush, step, step. So I'll do it to the side. Don't block my feet. It's very important. Don't eat the tree. Okay, rub on the menorah. That's fine. Okay, so brush, brush, step, step. You give it a good plie. Brush, brush, step, step. So I'm going to try it croisé so that you can see what my feet are doing. Brush, brush, step, step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, I'm still working on getting it as clean as my pullbacks, but it's getting there. It's getting there. We don't judge on this channel, right? I don't judge you, you don't judge me. All right. So brush, brush, step, step. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it does suggest that we can do that. We just have to make sure that we're doing it separated and in order and with a good plie and a good start. So to break that up, the way that I do pullbacks, I've broken these up. 1, pull switch, step. That's the breakup of a pullback. The breakup of a pull front would be the same. It would be 1, and then brush land, so that's off of 1 foot, and then land. It's much more awkward to do it front slow, I'm not gonna lie. 1, 2, 3, 4. But that's the general breakup of it. It's 1, 2, 3. I don't know which way of practicing is going to help you specifically, because everyone needs to learn it a different way, but that's also why I want to explain it in so many different ways and show it in so many different ways. If you don't want the broken up version, just think about making your left foot go a little later, so you have the one that's together, right? Make your left foot just go a little later than the right. So all of my weight is a little bit more skewed into the left hip. when I do it that way. If you're gonna do it the other foot, same thing. All of your weight would be skewed into the right hip. So, whichever way you needed it explained, hopefully I did that. If you need it explained a different way, maybe I can do like a TikTok or a short on this. Yeah, I firmly believe in differentiated instruction. It was a big part of my master's thesis as a teacher. I believe that not everybody learns the same way. Some people need to see it from the side. Some people need to see it from the back. Some people need to do it broken up, and some people just need to go, okay, well I have the start, let's just go. Let's just try it. Some people are very hands-on. So hopefully I touched on everyone's learning style today. Brush, brush, land, land to do the separated, and brush, land to do the flying flap or the jumping flap or the pull front or whatever. Hopefully you learned a cool step today. So just a reminder, the basic one is just to jump, brush, land. The separated one goes brush, brush, land, land. Okay? And that's the pull front, flying flap, jumping flap, whatever you call it. If you have a more proper name for it, please write it down in the comments. If you want more clarification on this step, I'm happy to do another tutorial of it, and yeah, just let me know. It was just one of those steps I was like, I don't think I've done this one yet. So that's where I'm at. Maybe I'll do another step I'm still working on. Let me know if you like that or if you prefer I perfect it before I teach it. I don't know if I'm ever going to perfect a couple of these because we are all always still learning, but I definitely want to share it with you. This step is so fun when you're not scared of it. When you're not thrown in the middle of a class and said, okay, do it by yourself. You're like, I'm sorry, what? Once you have it and once you understand it, it's such a fun step, and I hope that you have lots of fun with it. So anyway, this has been the tutorial for the pull front / flying flap / double flap / jumping flap, whatever you call it, and I hope that you had a really, really good time. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button and join the TAP fam. We've got tons of technique exercises. Like I said, if I've missed one, go on that list and let me know if you have a step you would like to learn. I don't know if I said that in this video or the last one. I filmed like 7 videos today. But make sure that you tell me if there's not a step on that playlist that you want to learn, because I need more steps to teach. So I'm really running out. So let me know if there's a step that you'd like me to do a step tutorial on. That would help me out a lot, and hopefully it would help you. We also have technique exercises where we take these steps that we learn and put it into a little combination. And then we also have choreography tutorials where I take steps, put it into a fun combination set to a song that is either timeless or super popular right now, or just one of my faves, or a song request by you guys. Yes, that was my knee popping. My knee is like, you're not, it's too early for pull fronts, Jen. I'm like, okay, thanks. So yeah, make sure that you subscribe for all of those reasons, and because this is your free tap dance resource, all for you right on this channel. So please, please, please subscribe. It really helps me out. It's the best way of supporting my work. And also hit that thumbs up button to tell YouTube that we love tap dance on this channel. We love tap dance on all channels. Tap dance is yes, so hit that thumbs up because it helps with the algorithm for all tap dancers around the world. And yeah, I know you see that this wasn't a holiday themed tutorial, but I am decked out for the holidays, so this is probably being released during that season. So I hope you are having a wonderful holiday season, whichever holidays you celebrate. And yeah, subscribe, thumbs up, happy holidays, and as always, thank you for dancing with me.